We are talking about the Lions draft pick, Terrion Arnold, that the Lions picked up, and we had to trade up to get him, the 24th pick. We're going to talk all about that, what it means for this team, this defense, and what can the Lions do tonight here on day 2 of the draft. Let's begin. Shout out to everybody that showed up at the Soaring Eagle Casino. We had a blast. It was really, really fun. And, shout out to all the LNU fam out there, Everything King, Dose of Dion, Speakeasy, Spenmo, Racks. Just had a really, really good time. So that was fun. But we are back home now for the day 2 of the draft. So I feel pretty good. I mocked the Detroit Lions trading up to get Terrion Arnold. That was my final mock draft. I felt like they were going to make a splash to get a top corner in this year's draft. It just made all the sense in the world. We needed help at corner. From Alabama. Likes turnovers. He's physical. He likes to get dirty. He's a Dan Campbell type of guy. And that's exactly what the Detroit Lions did. First off, how this draft started was freaking crazy. 15 offensive players pushing talent towards the Lions. And the more offensive players they kept taking, the better it was for our football team. And it pushed Arnold down to where the Lions only had to give up a 3rd-round pick. And we got a 7th-round pick next year back for Terrion Arnold ahead of the Green Bay Packers. Fantastic move. Fantastic move. Right now in the comment section, grade the pick. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Me, it's an A-plus move. A-plus move. Terrion Arnold was the top-graded corner in this year's draft. Him and Quinyon Mitchell were neck and neck. Even a little bit to Terrion Arnold. So now we got a player who probably should have been picked between 10 and 15. Falls to the Lions at 24. Lions trade up with Dallas ahead of the Packers to get the stud. And if you look at the NFC North, there's wide receivers galore. Chicago's loading up. J.J. McCarthy over the Minnesota. Green Bay Packers are already a good team, especially with the young receivers that they have in Christian Watson. So the Lions got a guy who was going to stop that. It was a significant need for the Lions. And we just got better in the secondary big time. We're talking about a guy in Arnold, 5 interceptions, 12 pass defense, just an absolute dog. He's a dog. And we got a dog. Lions wanted to take that next step. They want to go to a Super Bowl. They want to do that. You have to have players to help you out on this defense. And Arnold, by far, to me, is the steal of the draft. This is equivalent to the Brian Branch pick last year, where how did this guy fall to the 2nd round? You say, how does this guy fall to 24? I don't know. All I know is Brad Holmes keeps getting it done. He knows what he's looking out for, and I'm so happy. I never thought I'd get the mock draft right because it's so difficult with Brad Holmes, but I felt like that was the route they were going to go to get the top corner in the draft, and I just cannot believe they did it. That is just amazing, amazing. What took place last night. What took place, folks. You want what else is amazing? Now, if you enjoy blowing money, this is not for you, but if you're like me and you like to save money, specifically in sporting events, then you need to get Game Time. With killer deals and last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed, you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. With their lowest prices guaranteed, it's the Game Time guaranteed, which means you always get the best prices. And if you find tickets in the same section or less, Game Time is going to credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is. And if you move your phone left to right, you can see the surrounding area like a 3D live photo. So download Game Time, real easy. You download Game Time, you put in Chat Sports, get $20 off your very first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. You got to create an account. You got to email to save that money. The link is going to be in the description and comment section of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets or any kind of a tickets, make sure using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Now, we know that our secondary was the weakness of this football team. It's been like this for the past 3 years. And the bleeding had to stop at some point. So Brad Holmes gets trades for Carlton Davis, a third-round pick. Right? That's how it costed us. From Tampa Bay, who was really good over there. We get Amik Robertson. He was good in the slot. He can play outside as well. Terrion Arnold is an outside guy. Man cover corner. The secondary has been reshaped, and it's improved significantly. Big difference from last year and compared to this year. So I'm going to ask you again, grade the selection of Terrion Arnold, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments below. Just look at what this defense can now do. The players that they have, Aaron Glenn can utilize these guys like a chess piece at this point because you got players that can play multiple positions, and that's what you want to have, the flexibility right there. And defensively, we just got more flexible in the back end, 110%, with the best corner in this draft. I don't know about you guys. I don't know what your thoughts were, but I was so ecstatic we got Terrion Arnold because the weakness of the team is secondary. He was the best guy on the board. I actually got my mock draft right. I cannot believe it. So I'm super stoked about this selection and what he's going to bring to the Detroit Lions. If you're like the 33rd team and give this grade a C, see you later. Because this, for the value of a player, this is one of the best that we've had in a long time. This is literally, it feels like Brian Branch last year, where you're getting a player that should not be there, and you're getting him. And that's what literally we jumped over, where we traded with the Packers last year. We jumped over the Packers this year. So it is a move that just sets Brad Holmes up as one of the elite general managers and talent evaluators that we have seen. We have got, how does Penei Sewell fall to 8? Ada Hutchinson to 2. Brian Branch in the second round. Terrion Arnold at 20. Like, this is ridiculous. So, they know what they're doing. Now, we got a lot more draft to go. We got a second-round pick this year, and we don't have a third-round pick or a fourth-round pick. So this is what I think is going to happen tonight. I think we're going to be, we pick at 61. I think they're going to trade back. So you can at least get maybe early in the third round and maybe pick up another draft pick, maybe a fourth round. So I do think they're going to trade out of the second round. That's my gut feeling again here. And if they do or don't, because I think they could trade out a couple spots, I think they're going to target Marshawn Nealon, the pass rusher from Western Michigan. That makes a lot of sense for the Lions right here to get that edge rusher to complement for Aiden Hutchinson, Nealon, Hutchinson. That could make sense. They could go wide receiver. We definitely need a wide receiver and defensive tackle. So if they trade back from round 2, maybe they pick up another draft pick, and then in a third round, you can at least get 2 of those. So I think they're going to go, Nealon is the target I feel the Lions are going to go after in this one here. Adisa Isaac, I think he's still available as well as a pass rusher. I haven't looked. I was a little bit having too much fun last night if you get my drift, so I didn't really see all of the board, but I do believe he's available. Wide receivers, Centralia, I know a lot of people like him as a corner. I don't think they could double up at corner maybe in the late part of the draft. I don't think they're going to do that earlier. I think they're done with the, getting a corner early. Now, later, that's a total different story. We're talking, 6th or 7th round. Doesn't really matter there. But I would expect pass rusher. Oh, guard. Throw that in. There's a lot of guards available, too. Center. Zenter. That could be a spot. So, look at those players here. Guard, edge, wide receiver, defensive tackle. I think they go edge first in this draft. Let's see if I go 2 for 2 with Marshawn Kneeland here as the selection. Brad Holmes spoke to the media about this. He didn't expect Terrion Arnold to fall, or I don't think anybody expected this amount of offensive players. Very shocker. And then it just set the Lions up for a good draft, because in a normal draft, Terrion Arnold is not going to go 24. Okay, he's up there with a 10 through 15, maybe a little bit higher. But since this draft was so funky with so many different offensive players going in the draft, it pushed it down. What a time to be the 29th pick, right? You don't expect that when you pick this far in the draft, that you're going to get a premium talent. You just trade up a couple spots, but that's what they did. So comment, grade the selection, A, B, C, D, or F. Again, I'm going A+ here. It's an A+. And I don't think I've done an A+ grade since I've been on YouTube as a draft for one selected player. This is an A+. Because you're getting a premium talent in a spot that he should not be there, and he's the best player at a position of need. You struck gold. You struck gold on this one. He is BPA at that spot, at a position of need, and you didn't have to give up a lot to trade up and get him. That's A+. A little bit of luck is in there, because let's keep one hundo. He shouldn't have been there. But what a draft. Night 1. Amazing. And tonight we're doing rounds 2 and 3. We'll get that on tomorrow. Obviously 4 through 7. I don't know if I'm going to go live for it yet, so let me know in the comments below. With that said, folks, adios.